Hi all. Thanks for joining. Actually, the meeting is at 8 o'clock. We have given 7:30 in the link because generally the organizers and we just want to check if everything is working smooth. That's the reason we have put as 7:30. But the meeting, as informed, will be from 8 o'clock only. We are trying to check the audio, so I'll just unmute one of you. 1 second. Yeah. Geeta madam, can you hear me? Can you reply
I can hear.
the okay. It's clear for
Yes,
everybody, right? Can you all message, please?
ma'am. Yes, your voice is very clear.
Okay.
I am not able to on the camera.
I will switch it on, ma'am. I have to give the permission. 1 second, ma'am. I'll do it. Let us see that also. 1 second. Hello, camera. Yes. Yes, ma'am. I
Yeah.
have given
Yes.
the this one. I'm not able to see you still.
Yes. Hello,
Yeah.
ma'am. Good evening.
Yes. Good evening, ma'am. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yeah. I think everything is audible. Yes. We will wait for the speaker to join. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks
We'll
all.
start sharp.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. Bye. I'll unmute myself. எல்லாரையும்
Ma'am, shall we start?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Shall we
Yes,
start?
yes, ma'am. I'll defer Dr. Chandramouli Ishwaran, sir. Also, I'm changing the settings, ma'am. 1 second. Yes, 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 ma'am. We can start.
Yeah, yeah. So, good evening, everyone. Jai Dhanvantari. A very warm and pleasant welcome to everyone here. So, respected dignitaries, esteemed faculty members, distinguished Ayurveda practitioners, postgraduate scholars, students, and all our participants who have joined us from the different parts of India and abroad, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the National Knowledge Sharing Series. I, Dr. Geeta Jashwal, I am a founder of Ayuryoga Ayurvedic Panchakarma Center and also a co-founder of Ayurvedic Multispeciality Hospital. On the behalf of Ayuryoga Amrita Institute of Health Science, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for taking time out in your busy schedule to be the part of this academic gathering. Ayuryoga Amrita Institute of
Ma'am, we have lost you.
For the past 2 years, we have been conducting the diploma courses in Ayurveda. And basically, these courses are to build a strong emphasis on the skill development, emphasizing Ayurvedic practitioners to gain confidence in applying classical principles effectively in the day to day practice. Today marks another significant milestone in our journey. So it gives us an immense pleasure to introduce AyurSevaMarg, the learning platform. AyurSevaMarg is envisioned as a platform that connects Ayurveda doctors, academicians, researchers, students from across India and abroad. Our sole purpose is to create a vibrant learning to practice authentic Ayurveda through the continuous academic interaction and knowledge sharing, where we all come together and grow together. As a part of this initiative, we are delighted to launch our National Knowledge Sharing Series, which is beginning today with the Series 1. Through this series, we hope to bring an eminent teachers, researchers, and clinicians onto a common platform to share their invaluable experience and inspire a lifelong learning among all of us. And also, we are deeply honored with the overwhelming response to our inauguration of with the 300 participants joining us today. Your presence and enthusiastic support will encourage us to continue the academic session with even greater commitment. Before we begin with, I also request all the participants to keep your microphones mute. If at all you have any questions, you can put in the chat box during the session. At the end, we will try to make sure that we attend all the questions during this interactive, after the end of this interactive lecture. And now it's my privilege to invite Dr. Pushkala Badrinarayan, the founder of Amrutakala Ayurveda and a co-founder of Ayuryoga Amrita Ayurvedic Multispeciality Hospital and Ayuryoga Amrita Institute of Health Science to introduce our esteemed resource person of today's session. Over to you, Dr. Pushkala ma'am.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, ma'am. Coming to the speaker, I am very happy and delighted to tell that Dr. Chandramoulishwaran P, MD and PhD, he's my senior from Sri Jendra Sasti Ayurvedic College. And this is not the first time. First time in 2001, just after pandemic, when there was a heavy stress on pregnancy during COVID season, Dr. Chandramouli Anna had come to our Amritakala Ayurveda pharmaceutical website, and then we had a very good webinar with 4 eminent speakers. After that, we are connecting again. It's truly an honor to connect to him again. Our distinguished speaker, Dr. P. Chandramoulishwaran P., did his BAMS, MD in Panchakarma, and PhD, is one of the country's most respected academicians and clinicians in the field of Panchakarma. He currently serves as principal, professor, and medical superintendent of Ayurveda College and Hospital, Coimbatore. With more than 2 decades of experience in clinical practice, teaching, research, and academic leadership, Dr. Chandramoulishwaran has dedicated his career to advancing Ayurveda through classical knowledge integrated with modern clinical approach. His areas of expertise include Panchakarma, parasurgical procedures such as Ksharakarma and Agnikarma, and evidence-based Ayurveda practice. He has delivered lectures, workshops, and clinical consultations across several countries, including France, Germany, UAE, Turkey, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Hungary, Lebanon, and Spain, contributing significantly to the global promotion of Ayurveda. He has also treated more than 18,000 patients through personalized Panchakarma interventions. His academic contributions are equally remarkable. He is the author of highly appreciated book Snehanam and Insight, which provides a scientific interpretation of both Bahya and Abhyantara Snehana, and he has authored numerous research publications and textbook chapters on Panchakarma. Dr. Chandramoulishwaran has received several prestigious recognitions, including the late P.S. Ramasharma Memorial Abhinava Charaka Award. He has served as an expert for national academic bodies and continued to contribute extensively to research, curricular development, and faculty training across India. Today's topic, Snehapanam, is one of his core areas of expertise, and we are indeed privileged to learn from his vast clinical knowledge and experience and scholarly insights. Sir, it is a great honor to have us with you today. On behalf of AyurSevaMarg Institute of Health Science and all the participants here, I extend our heartfelt gratitude for graciously accepting our invitation. Without further delay, I request you to kindly deliver your enlightening session on Snehapana. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Please allow me to share. The share option is uh, meeting organizers and presenters can share.
Once
Can
again,
you? Yeah. So thank you, Pushkala. Today, if I sound little bit down or if I look little bit tired, please bear with me because like 3 days back only I undergone a surgery. I didn't want to say this to Dr. Pushkala since we have planned this. So I thought I'll do this. Okay. So if my sound is a little bit feeble and I removed my IV and I came for this. Okay. So I didn't know.
sorry to let you know.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Just I need to tell because I usually talk very loud and little bit more energy and other thing. I didn't know that I did a webinar, Pushkala. I forgot actually.
Just after
Yeah.
pandemic, you, Anupama, Madam,
Okay.
Dr. Bharat, and myself, we all had done
Okay. Okay.
for
Okay.
Amritakala.
So
Yes,
many because lots of
2021.
webinars. Okay. I lost count how many webinars I did.
I know.
Yeah. So uh, I will try my best to give some practical inputs about Abhendra Snehapana. I'm not going to touch about the too much into the theory and other things. I think many people would be knowing about Yamakam Trivirth. There are certain aspects in that also. But I need at least 8 to 10 class to completely give class about this Snehapana. Uh, so I'll try to give some ideas and inputs, something maybe new for the learning people. Okay, and my practical experiences also because recently I started doing some other, kind of. I will not say it's research, some kind of experiments that also I will share. Okay, can you allow me to share my PPT?
Uh, I'm trying. I am not able to do that.
Okay, maybe I will share. uh,
To me?
with you. Okay.
Yes.
Email. I'll email it. Okay.
Yes, yes. I'll immediately open that.
Yeah. Dr. Pushkala, please check it now.
Okay, one second. Okay, Anna. You're all able to see, right?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible. It's clear. Only thing is, we'll have to, what do we say? The full screen should be there, ma'am. Right hand side down, we do make it full screen, right?
Yes.
The slide, the full slide share.
Yes, yes, ma'am. I'm making it. I think once it is started, it will show, I think. One
Okay.
second. Mm. Yes.
Pushkala, see, I have sent one more email. Please share that, ma. Not this.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
please
Anna.
share that. And I may take little bit more half an hour also because I don't think I can finish in 1 hour. I hope it is okay.
Definitely, yes, Anna. No problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll open the new one.
because I don't want to hurry up. I want to properly do the things.
Yes.
So hope the participants are okay with that.
No, they'll
It's
be
okay,
happy.
sir. We are
We are really honored.
I usually because yeah, usually I need time. I don't rush up things. That's why.
Arohana Abhyantara Sad, that one, no?
Yes, yes. Now the new one.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. One second.
Yeah, yeah. This one.
Yes, Anna. I'll go for that.
All right. So next slide. I can change or you need to change, ma?
I think only I am able to do Anna in Teams. This is
Okay.
also my,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm sorry.
that's fine. Next slide. We'll go to introduction. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, you see, Sneha Adhyaya, right? It's been mentioned in by all the acharyas. So which consists of under the Sneha Adhyaya, you see basically it talks about Abhyantara Snehapana. Mostly Bahya Snehas like Abhyangam, all those other things. You come under Dinacharya Adhyaya or is in during the Chikitsa. There is no dedicated chapter for Bahya Snehas. Okay, it is scattered here and there. So whenever you come across the Snehadhyaya, by default we should understand it is about Abhendra Snehapana. Okay, that is the thing. And this is the first chapter mentioned in when it comes to the uh, Panchakarma or Shodhana chapters because Snehasaro I am Purusha. Okay, so basically everything revolves around Snehana alone. Okay, and basically the entire universe or even that's why they didn't say like Sweda Saro or Rakta Saro or you have Mamsa Saro. Sneha Saro I am Purusha. Sushruta very clearly told. So that shows the importance of fats or Snehana or Snehapana, you know, how important it is for our sustainment of our day-to-day life. Okay, so followed by Snehapana only, all other chapters been mentioned, and this therapy basically we can use it for Shodhana purpose. It can act as a treatment itself, or it can be used as a Puro Karma, or it can be used as a Paschat Karma. So Puro Karma also Snehapana is used. Paschat Karma also we can use. Okay, and in the way of you know um, at the end of all the Brahmana Sneha as a Paschat Karma, Shavana Sneha for Dosha Shahana, and Shodhananga Snehapana as a Puro Karma. So that much importance it has. Okay, that's why it is dealt first. It is clearly told by Chakrapani also. Next slide. So you all know about basically the classification, the indication, contraindications, where Gritam should be given, where Thailam should be given, where Vasa Majja. In some other time, maybe I will tell why that Grita is Sreshta. So I did some research and I have come across certain chapters, certain write-ups So basically, if you see when you compare the other sneha dravyas, ghee has one extra carbon atom. Okay, that is the reason why, though it is saturated fat, this is the possible scientific explanation I could give. Ghee has the different or one extra carbon atom when you compare to the other fats. That makes it special. That I have written in my book extensively. Okay. So that and all, you have different thing. Then you have Yamakam, Trivirth. Then you have classification. Okay, depends on Yoni. You know, depends on Karmugata, like that. So we will see today how to give this Snehapana properly, especially before Shodhana. Okay. So next slide, ma. Please change the slide. Dr. Pushkala,
Yes, Anna.
can you change the slide? Next slide.
Yeah, it is changed. It's not shown.
No, no, I'm not able to see.
1 second, Anna.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
It's not showing.
Yes.
Yes, now. Yes, now.
Yeah. Fourth slide, right?
no, second slide. I need a second slide.
Yes. Neha Kalpana.
Okay, so basically, before we go a little bit, we see about Sneha Kalkana. Okay, so Thailam, Vasa, Majja, all we know, and we always have this Sneha Kalpana, depends on the liquid, depends on the thing. You have Karapaka and other things. Okay, so we use it for Abhentra Sneha. Okay, next slide. Next slide, ma. We will skip
Yeah.
all these things.
Okay.
This is Thailam Urchanal, we don't need. Next slide.
Yes.
Yes.
Sneha Siddhi Lakshanas.
No, wait, this also we don't need. Yeah, next slide.
1 second.
Yeah, you can see maybe this slide. What is the thing? Amapaka, it has lots of water. Mridupaka contain traces of water, so hence cracking sound. And Madhyamapaka contain no water but soft and non-sticky, hence Varti can be formed, produces no sound on fire. Karapaka hard and rough due to slight overheating, and Dagdapaka burnt due to excessive overheating. This is what the physiological process happens, or chemical process happens when you cook the Sneha Dravya. Next slide.
Yes.
Next slide. You just skip all those things.
Yeah.
Just directly we will go to Abhendra Snehapana.
Okay.
Yeah. So we will go here.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So basically,
I will try to make it full slide, Anna. If it's not changing, please let me know.
yeah, no problem. Okay.
Yeah.
So everywhere you would have noticed in the Panchakarma practices, whomever is doing, we practice this Arohana Abhendra Shodhananga Snehapana, right? So we have Shamana Sneha or Brahmana Sneha or Sadhya Sneha or Vicharana Sneha. You don't do this Arohana Karma. Whereas before Shodhana, we do this Arohana Karma in order to achieve Kleritvam, in order to achieve, softening of the doshas, so that by Svedana it can be liquefied and it can be thrown out of the body, either Vaivamana or Virechana. So basically, why we should do this Arohana Karma? Okay, in the Kramavarditam Pibe. What could be the reason? What would happen if you do every day the same dose? Why we should do this every day the increased dose? The first and foremost could be the reason because it's unusual quantity of fat. Okay, and body is not accustomed to this much amount of fat. Okay, so suddenly if you give the highest dose, what happen? Even Dalhana says prana samshaya. It can even kill the person. Okay. Ajnada koste sneha kuryat prana samshayam. So if the kosta you don't know and you are administered large dose without knowing the kosta, without knowing the agni, that can even kill the patient. So suddenly we cannot go with the large dose. So we have to slowly only increase the dose, basically, which is very, very important because Acharya has clearly told that Ajnada koste purushe Sneham Kuryat Prana Samshayam. Okay, basically that could be the reason why we should start with the mild dose, then moderate, then Uttama Matra, like that. And second, scientifically, you see, it is something to do with the brain physiology. Take the example, suppose you give 25 ml and it digests in 2 hours. The brain already registers this, right? So next day also, if you give 25 ml, so it will easily digest at the same time, or even the digestion time will be very less. And the main aim of Shodhananga Snehapana is to dosha utklesha. So if you give the same dose, the digestion will happen same time, or even the digestion time will reduce because of the physiology and because of the brain understand every day you are doing this. So dosha utkleshana will never happen. Rather, it will lead to the dosha shamana, because utkleshana only when you increase the dose, little by little, it can be kicked out of the body. Adastha sneha darshana, sneha samyak snigdha lakshanas you will come across. But when you give the same dose or same time without increasing, it will act as shamana only. And not only that, you will not get samyak snigdha lakshanas because it will be digested in a stipulated time and brain knows how many hours to digest. So this is the physiological state of the brain and the digestive system coordinate. So that is also one of the reason why we cannot give the same dose, okay, because dosha utkleshana can never happen. So these are the two reasons why we go with this arohana karma. But if you go through the Brihatrays, you don't see, you don't find any direct reference for this. Okay, any direct reference for this? They have told about Rishesi Matra, Risva Matra, Madhyama Matra, and Uttama Matra. That's it, and its indication, contraindication, how to give all those things. Okay, but if you go through the Ashtanga Hridaya Sutrasthana, 16th chapter, 17th and 18th sloka, there is some indirect reference is there. This is, it's my personal interpretation. When you know Sanskrit little bit, you will understand. Because sometimes there are references are hidden and we need to find, we need to read it in between the line to find the references. Next slide.
Did it change?
No. Yeah. This is what I have written. Okay. High dose from one day because it creates lots of complications. Okay. With these tools without undergoing digestion. Okay. This is what I told. And in the 17th and 18th sloka, so Arunadatta explains that basically first you start with Rishiyasi Matra, then you go with Risva Matra. He used the word Tato. Okay. So Tato can be interpreted in two ways. Basically, followed by or after that, Tato means. Okay. So he says first Rishiyasi, followed by Risva, followed by Madhyama, followed by Uttama. So you can see this is one indirect reference where we can say first Rishiyasi Matra test dosed, then followed by Risva Matra, then followed by Madhyama Matra, then followed by Uttama Matra. So it shows directly that we should start with the test dose and end up with the higher dose. So this particular shloka, we can say that this is the indirect reference for Arohana Snehapana Karma. Whereas, Kalyanaka Kara, in the, 17th or 18th century, okay, Kramavarditam Pibet. And before that, Vangasena is explained in Balataka, how to take Balataka Sneha. There he explains about Uttama, Madhyama, and Adama Matra of Balataka Sneha and dose wise also, like 1 Karsha, 3 Karsha, like that. 7 days, he says the Matra depends on the Kosta. So little by little, he increases the second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, like that. That is the first reference. So first is Ashtanga Hridayam, indirect reference. Then this Vangasena is the second reference. Then later, Kalyanaka Kara is the first person, 17th century author. he uses this word Kramavarditam Pibe. So this is the clear-cut, reference for this Arohana Abhyantara Snehapana. So this Kramavardita means it should be increased gradually. Okay. Next slide. So basically, it consists of three things: pre-operative, operative, and post-operative. Okay. Next slide. Yeah. Which is here, see, it's very important. Nowadays in clinical practice, most of the time, whenever you come across any lifestyle diseases, even, Kaphaja and Pittaja skin diseases or any autoimmune diseases, this Snehapurva Rukshana Chikitsa is very, very important, either internally or externally. Many of the practitioners, tend to, uh, not do this basically. Because if you go through the chapters, how importance is given to this Snehapurva Ruksha Chikitsa. If you see, there is one beautiful quotation is there. If a person is always indulged in Guru Ahara, Mamsa Ahara, then Guda, these kind of things, this Snehapurva Ruksha Chikitsa is always indicated. This is the foremost. Nowadays, you see, many of them are Mamsa Aharas, right? Especially Anupamamsas. And many of them are taking more sweets, junk foods. Okay, so all these, Abhishindi Aharas, it is so much. That is the reason why you see we have become the capital of diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. Okay, even just to see around how people are obese nowadays. So that is the reason why in most of the cases, when you come across, at least start this 3 to 5 days Rukshana Chikitsa. Don't directly go to Snehana Chikitsa, it will not give you any results. So Acharyas are very clear about small things. So basically do the Rukshana Chikitsa followed by Snehana Chikitsa. It can be Bahya or Abhyandra also, both. Until then it is Shuddha Vata Vyadhi where you need to do direct Snehana therapy. Fine. Okay. If not, by default, go with this Snehapurva Riksha Shiksha. Okay. Very, very important. Then Agni Vicharana. Because you are going to give unusual quantity of fat. Okay. Acharya clearly says, basically, Agni Bala Apeksha Sneha Chikitsa Anarthaveva. If you don't know the Agni and without understanding the Agni Bala, if you are doing the Sneha Chikitsa, it is Anartham. You are not going to achieve any results. Very clearly stated. So definitely Agni Vicharana should be there and Uttama Agni or Madhyama Agni, even Adama Agni, but Agni should be properly, Ahara Shakti and Abhyana Shakti, both should be there. That's how you test the Agni. Ahara Shakti and Abhyana Shakti both should be there. Okay, digestion as well as metabolism. Okay, appetite as well as metabolism. So going to the toilet, correct time, appetite. Okay, and after taking that, because many people may have the appetite, but they will have a slow digestion. The digestion will not happen in GRD cases and other things. So you have to correct the Agni. So Agni Bala is very, very important. Understanding the Agni is very, very important. Then only you should start the Shodhananga Snehapana. Then Koshta Vicharana, of course, so that you can choose what kind of Snehadravya can be given. Okay. Then Deepana Pachana, important because to correct the malfunction or in most of the time before Shodhananga Snehapana, because nobody will have a perfect Agni because they come as a diseased person. When anybody suffers from disease, we know Agni will be dearranged. So that is the reason why Deepana and Pachana. Actually, Bachana Deepana it should be, not Deepana Pachana. And if you see the Sushruta, he doesn't even use the word Deepana. Only he says about the Pachana Chikitsa before Shodhananga Snehapana. Okay. And Manasa Upachara, mental counseling is very, very important because you will be giving him unusual quantity of the ghee. The people are not accustomed to that this quantity, the smell and taste and everything. So you have to counsel him because otherwise they will not continue. Yeah, very very important to talk to the patient and explain everything. What you are planning to do, what is the expected results, what you are trying to achieve by doing this. Very very important. We don't spend time in talking to patients, and explaining to them. It is their rights also. So patients should know what we are doing. So we have to keep aside our ego and clearly, if some patients may ask so many questions, it's fine. We have to have patience to explain them because they are investing their money and time and faith in us. So it is, you may have lots of issues back home, or you may have a disease, or but it's a commitment towards the patient. If you want to be a successful physician, commitment towards the patient is very very important. So it is rights of patient. We must respect the rights of patient. Okay, so we must give thorough explanation about the outcome of the chikitsa. Okay, then definitely ahara upachara. Definitely we must tell them what to do, what not to do, what to eat, what not to eat, what kind of food we are going to give, how it will be. Everything we must give them. Okay, then we have to determine the dose what we are going to fix. Okay, then lastly only, after thinking all these things, lastly only we must choose. Whereas first and foremost we choose the dravya, then we think about all those things. No, first we must think all these things first. Then only, once everything is set, once everything is fine, we must think about what sneha dravya must be used. Okay, and even the types, whether you want to use Thailam, Ghritam, or Vasar, Majja, or if you are trying to use any medicated Ghritam or Thailam, what kind of Thailam or Ghritam you are going to use. That's what you have to think lastly. Next slide. Yeah, you can see. So basically, Bahusleshma, Stula, and I already explained Vishamagni. So this is how Lagu, Kara, Tikshna, Ushna Guna, Kashaya, Kadu, Tikta Rasa is advised. Okay, like Ingavachadi Churnam. Okay, in order to get some Exnigdha Lakshanas, or even Udvartana Chikitsa. Okay, Kashaya Pradhana Dravyas. Okay, which has Pramati Kashayam sometimes. Okay, Pramati for Agni Vardhanam. Okay, Pramati Kashayams are always I choose here because they always have the Agnivardhana property. At the same time, Kashaya property also. Okay, Pramati Deepana Pachani in Rakta Disara, he, Chakrapani clearly explains the Pramati Deepana Pachani. Okay, so Pramati Adi Kashayam is always better for this. Then Ba Bahya Chikitsa also, Rokshana Chikitsa we can do. Okay, then you can see in extreme Vada condition. If there is too much ruksha, even you started to give these internal medicines or external treatments also, still if it is too much extreme vata, you can see vasti karma is very very important before even shodhananga snehapana. These are all the small things mentioned in our text. When you don't follow it, you cannot blame the text, or you will not get the results. So here vasti is anuvasana vasti. Okay, anuvasana vasti, and Falavarti you can give so that anulomana of Vata can happen. Too much Rokshatva is taken care of, and Agni is corrected, because usually is in extreme Vata conditions, Agni is dearranged. Okay, that is the reason why we must do this exact Sneha Purna Roksha Chikitsa. Next slide. Next slide. Yeah. So this is the SOP. You know, so we are trying to develop. We have Panchakarma Association, and I am associated with the National Institute of Ayurveda and NAA and Jamnagar. Even next month, we are going to create SOP for Vasti Karma. We are planning because when we do some kind of standardization, it will be easy for people to just practice it. Of course, we have dosham, desham, dusham, kala, manalam. That is the core of Ayurveda. But sometimes in day-to-day practice, if we can give some kind of standardization, it will be beneficial to students or practitioners. That's why we developed some SOPs for different chikitsas. So this coming month, there is 2-day workshop is there. I'm one of the expert. We are planning for Vasti, so that will come this. So we have done for Snehana also. So what are the general precaution? Okay. Before initiating Snehapana, always ensure that emergency medicines are readily available. Because in emergency situation, it may not be possible to get required drugs etc. on time. And further, Anupana Dravyas like Ushna Jala, Yusha should be kept ready. Okay. Do proper Rokshana before Snehapana. See, I keep telling this because you do this, you'll understand the benefit of this. Okay. Then evaluate lipid profile before and after the procedure of Snehapana and make sure that patient doesn't develop appetite before Shodhananga Snehapana. That's very, very important. Okay. Shamanaha Shuddvato Ananno Madhyama Matra. Shuddvato. Shamana should be given when the person is having good appetite because the given snehana should be digested. Okay. Shuddhyate punar ahare nishe jeerna eva pivanara. Here you see for Shodhana purpose, ahare nishe. It should be given in the morning. Samana can be, they said, when you have the appetite, it can be given 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, or in the evening also. But there should be appetite because it should do dosha shamaka and it should digest. For Shodhananga Snehapana, for Shodhananga Arohana Snehapana, for Shodhana Karma, it should not get digest. If there is a good appetite, it will get easily digested. So that's why Ahara Nisha, and this is very important, early in the morning, when the person is before developing a proper appetite, but his Agni is Agvegana Shakti is good. That is very important criteria because the Gritam is same. You give Indagandham as a Shamanam, it can act as a Shamanam. Indagandham you can give for Shodhanaga purpose, it can act as a Shodhana. You give it as a Brahmana purpose also. But how the same Dravya can act as Shamana, Shodhana or Brahmana? It's because of the quantity and the time of administration. The quantity and time of administration determines the outcome of Sneha Pana. So, the same Dravya can act as a Shamana, Shodhana or Brahmana because of the quantity and time of administration. So, if you miss this trick, then definitely you are not going to achieve what you wanted to achieve. If there is a good appetite, you give Shodhananga Snehapana, there you are going to, that Snehapana is Snehadravya is going to act as Samana only, right? So this is very, very important. Okay. Then continue the procedure till Samyak Snigdha Lakshanas are observed. Okay. So definitely you continue the procedure. Sometimes second day, third day, or fourth day itself, patient may say aversion, this, that. But somehow make sure that Samyak Snigdha Lakshanas are observed. You know, done until that you continue. Okay. So I'd always take a detailed history and blood test also. Okay. And definitely is heart history also. There you try to choose any Snehadravya which has little bit less saturated fatty acids or go with some Tailapana also. No problem. Okay. So if you are planning Snehana for Swastha person or seasonal routine, you can give pure cow's ghee, okay, without any processed or you can give simple Shuddha, ghee, okay, Gritam or Murchida Gritam you can give. Whereas if it is, you are planning for any, you want to give for a disease, you always go with the, Samskarita Gritam, okay. This is what I have observed. The medicated ghee gives better results than the pure cow's ghee. Okay, because of the samskaro gunantaradhanam. Okay, so when you process the ghee and many herbs are given inside, so the better results than the simple non-processed gritam. And basically, there are lots of excellent. There is a debate always there whether we have to use samskarita gritam or asamskarita gritam. It's always, it is explained very clearly by acharyas in Dalhana commentary as well as Chakrapani Datta, everywhere that Samskarita Girtam only is, advised. If you go through the text, you will understand that. Okay. So basically advise the patient, always ask him to use cold water, not to use cold water. Okay. Not to control its urges. Okay. Exercise, traveling, extreme climate, all must be avoided. Okay. And it is very important. Sometimes you come across false appetite. Within hour, they will say, doctor, I feel like appetite. I feel like eating. If you give food, if you think that, okay, the person is digested Snehadravya, if you give that, this one, you will vomit. So how to determine that? Ask for the particularly about the belching. Shuddha Udgaram, that is the important point. If that person is not developed Shuddha Udgaram, don't ever ask the person to, though he may say, I have appetite, don't give it. Ask him to take some hot water and other thing, that's more than enough. Because if it is clearly digested, then you get Shuddha Udgaram. So only after getting the Shuddha Udgaram, where there is no nausea, completely he feels that there will be headache, there will be heaviness, all these things the patient will feel until it is digested. Once it is digested, Shuddha Udgaram will be there. There won't be any nausea, no, heaviness of the head. Then you give the food. Otherwise, many times patient will say about the false hunger, you end up in giving some kanji or any other thing, then he will vomit. Okay. So it's very, very important. So wait until he develops the proper hunger. Maybe the fifth day, sixth day, practically last 3 days, fifth, sixth and seventh, only directly give dinner. Okay. No need of give any kind of even kanji also in the afternoon. Directly give dinner, like, the fifth day you give him around 6 o'clock. Sixth day give the food around 7:30, and this seventh day you give around 8:30 or 9. Some people in my practice I have seen, they don't develop appetite at all. I tell them, if you don't have appetite, no need to eat anything. Just to drink shunti dhanya jala, okay, hot water, okay, or if you want to give just mandam, very water, starch water. He hot with salt. He heated starch water. Ask him to sip little by little, that is more than enough. Okay. And definitely not to sleep. Some people, because of the drowsiness, you see, they sleep because after snehapana the brain don't get proper blood supply, because it has to digest the severe quantity of the fat. So the entire blood supply goes to the stomach. So the person may feel like sleeping. So in that case, you must advise the patient not to sleep, otherwise he will develop indigestion and he will vomit. Very, very important. Ask him not to sleep until the given snehapana is digested. Okay. Then basically Bhoja Anna Matraya, Pitavan, Pibain, and the person who is going to take, or who has taken, or who is digested the snehadravya. So Bhoja Anna Matraya, okay, Snigdam Snigdam, Ushnam Sankirnam, okay, Dravam Anabhishyandi Sankirnam, not with too many ingredients, okay, Matraya, very important. Bhoja Anna Matraya, very light, simple diet, Ushna diet, and little bit of Agnivardhaka diet should be given. So most of the time, don't give any solids. Okay, go with liquids. Okay, very, very important. And here, practically, what you do in many places, they will get bored if you give every day this rice kanji and all. So you can always prepare different things, like mudga yusham you can prepare, yellow dal you can give, okay, with little bit ghee and seasoned. Then even you can prepare vegetable soups. Okay, no problem, with a little bit of pepper and salt. Okay, so that give him some kind of salt and mild tasty thing. This is also I have seen, when you give a little bit tasty food, tasty things, they will feel good to take the snehapana. What happens when you give every day? Many places they simply give that rice kanji. They will get bored and they will get aversion. Okay, and they will think that, no, my God, I can't do this. So, during this Snehapana, Manasika Upachara, as well as tasty food, okay, we can make nice tasty food, watery food, always we can give. In the dinner time, as I said, fourth day, fifth day, and all, this watery soups can be given. If not, usually, good amount of little bit rice more dal, khichdi can be given, or even you can prefer this our idlis, okay, where it is steamed. In this case, you prepare the idlis with a little bit less rice, okay, little bit special preparation where you can add moong dal, okay, and black dal, udad dal, and little bit of black rice, or if you're not getting black rice, you can go with the nice brown rice, okay, so that it is easy to digest, okay, and the patient also will feel nice also. So you will, nowadays it's very important. You have to encourage that patient to continue. Otherwise, trust me, it is very difficult to continue the snehapana in people. Okay, all right. Next slide. Okay. And this is also sometimes they will have severe appetite, okay, because 6 hours, 7 hours, so they will, because it's the kind of food they, everybody, when we are so having so much hungry, they will do it fast. So that also should be prevented. Otherwise, it will once again the person may vomit or indigestion will be happening. So very slowly the person must eat, okay. And one more thing, this is a very important thing during snehapana, whether we can give some drugs or not, medicine or not. Of course, we must. Suppose if the person develops, definitely you will come across these kind of problems. You will come across with some or other patients. Okay, definitely you must give some of the dravyas. Always, considering the agni, along with agni vardhaka dravyas, you must give the proper medicines to counteract these side effects. Okay, very very important. Otherwise, you will not get samyak snigdha lakshanas. In the intervention, will not create any unwanted, or people may ask whether this will create any kind of interaction, or will it cause any kind of problem outcome, will it affect the outcome of snehapana? In one word, no, because less quantity you are going to give, only one dose you are going to give, that is fine. Okay, so you can see this Agnimandya Ajirna, Inguvachadi, Chitrakadi, Lavana Bhaskaram, Lashanadi, where to give them. All of you are doctors. Okay, you know where to give the difference. And one more thing, during Snehapana, some people may develop, because they may not drink enough water, constipation. Constipation should not happen. So bedtime, definitely Anuloma Dravyas must be given. Okay, Anuloma Dravyas must be given, very very important, because the patient should not develop constipation. So that is, you have to keep it in mind. Otherwise, by default, if you are giving Sukumaram and other things where little bit Trivrutam and other thing where laxative property is there, then you don't need to. If not, definitely by default itself, one or two Anuloma, this one or the simple Triphala or something, you can give it to the patient, so that next day he will evacuate nicely, and we can give the snehapana. Agni will be good and digestion will be good. Okay. Then if he gets arochaka, ashtachurnam, narikela lavanam, kalyana kaksharam, you can give. When he develops shula, abdominal pain, definitely sometimes he will develop. Then shankabasma, pudinarka, hingavashtakam, etc. we can give. Let's fifth day, sixth day, and all. If the person is developing Brahma, then give this Pravala Panchamrtam, Muktabasmam, Rasasinduram, coconut water, salt, sugar water, lime juice with salt, etc. Then Sirashula, once again, external, you can put Lebam also if you don't want to give any kind of, this one. You can see Patyaksha Datriya also, because basically it is Agnivardhaka. Always when you are trying to give Kashayam, give main body or Sahapanam, with some kind of marichari churnam or something like that, which is very, very important. Okay. These are all the things you should keep. So it will not stop the outcome of the snehapana. Okay. Then, this material requires. Okay. This is also very, very important. And whenever you are giving snehapana, my dear friends, one thing here I want to say, any therapy you do, make it big. I always tell to people, why? Because sometimes even if you charge 300 rupees, they think that what you are doing, why these people are, they are asking me to, ನಮ್ಗೆ ತುಪ್ಪ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾಕೆ ನಾವು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ 300 rupees ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, 300 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡ್ಕணும், ಆರ್ 300 rupees ఎందుకు ఇవ్వాలి, 300 rupees అడుగుతారు, 300 रुपया कौन क्यों देने का है नहीं. So people ask, why should we give? So always it is your duty to, you know, make implant in their mind. It is a kind of psychological and placebo also. You are doing something great. Of course we are. But you need to implant this in the patient's mind. So I would say always, even if you have OT, give it in OT or nice room, Panchakarma room. Clearly make the patient to sit. Put a nice place, good lighting. Okay, nice music. Okay, nice fragrance. Very very important. He must feel something you are doing. Okay, and always close the eyes of the patient. Let him not see what you are doing. Why should if the surgeon is doing, patient doesn't see, right? So why should he see what you are giving? Okay. So you must always, and one more thing, if possible, try to chant some mantras. Many people that impacts them. Pray to God. Okay, any God, if he's Muslim, pray to Allah, Christian or anything like that. No problem. So that the person feels that, okay, some kind of holistic thing, something they're doing good to me. So make it like big and knee height chair. Always try to get a nice chair. Many places you see we give it in the stool. Or these are the things where we must improve ourselves. Where if you want to charge good, of course we need money, right? And we earn, and we do lots of hard work, and people cannot, it's your expertise, it is your knowledge. Even if you want to give the kritam, you make one silver cup, measure it and give. Silver is healing. Of course gold is out of reach for so many, right? So these are all the small points. They may look small, trust me friends, they may look small, but the impact, because I have seen myself. And always don't allow the therapists or people to give. You go as a physician, as a Vaidya, you stand and give. That is altogether different ball game. Okay? Very, very important. Please keep this one in your mind. Next slide. Okay? Then this is the thing, attendant, you need hot water, always shunti dhanika jala. You can, okay? These are the things you need. Next slide. See, basically, Jadara Anala Shakti Anapekshaya Snehamatra Proyanjamanam Anarthaveva. So this is very, very important. That is the reason why we must take care of the Agni. Okay, next slide. So we'll skip all these things. It's extensively said. Koshta Vicharna. Here, I'll give you an idea. Okay, how to, I have standardized these questionnaires you can give to the patient where you will understand simply what kind of Costa he has. Next slide. Yeah. You see Krura Costa, how you will practically see. Sometimes he will pass tools after straining. Regular bowel movement. So these are the questionnaires. You ask, you will understand. Regular bowel movement will not be there. He will pass tools once in 2 days or 3 days. Hardly any water content will be there in the stools. Pellet stools will be there. Okay. Next slide. Then Madhyama Costa, you ask this question, they will say solid banana like stools. Okay. Maximum once daily he will go. No strain or bit strain is necessary to pass stools. That's it. Okay. So this is Madhyama Costa. Next slide. Then Mrudu Costa, most of the days they will have bowel movements at least twice a day. Most of the days they will go twice. Okay. Then rarely they will have solid stools. They won't say the banana stools. It will be like not loose or not banana stool in between, but there won't be solid stools. Okay, they don't need to strain. And morning they get up immediately they go to the toilet. Simply they can't hold it. Okay, this is Mrudu Costa. Next slide. You see assessment criteria. Okay, this is how you can practically assess the criteria. So bowel frequency in 24 hours. So in zero bowel, if the person is having zero bowel movements, then score is 1. Once per day, you give the score 2. And if he goes twice per day, you give score 3. Okay, next slide. Then consistency, if he says the consistency is hard and pellet like stools, then give 1. Okay. Then if he says soft, well formed banana stools, you give 2. The scoring pattern is 2. Then third one is if he says watery stools with indigested food particles, okay, sometimes then give 3. Then next comes the urgency, okay. So if the person has no urgency, won't have an urge in the morning, okay, sits long time to eliminate with discomfort, the scoring pattern is 1. Okay. Second is moderate urgency, which can be controlled but happens in the morning. Urgency is there, but he can control for half an hour, 1 hour, but he can go to the toilet in the morning. He cannot go in the afternoon and all. Okay. But not necessary to sit long. So score is 2. Then third, it is marked urgency that cannot be controlled, goes to the toilet, immediately getting up from the bed in the morning, give the scoring as 3. Okay. Next slide. Then reaction to Trivirtlayam. If you want, you can give this, otherwise you can skip this step. Okay. Uh, Basically, influence of food. So sometimes it is important. When depends on the food what he takes. Okay. Sometimes frequently he gets hard stools. He give 1. Then occasionally depends on food or traveling, food and travel also. Occasionally, if it is hard, then 2. Then it is frequently loose, 3. Okay. So now all together you put the overall assessment score to understand the Costa is 15. Okay. The score 1 to 5 indicates Krura Costa. The score 6 to 10 indicates Madhyama Costa, and the score pattern 11 to 15 implies Mridu Costa. So if you ask these questions, you will easily understand the Costa. Okay. So this I already told. Next.
One
So
second.
repeated slide. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Yeah. Next slide. Yeah. Next slide. Yeah. So assessment of Agni. This is by my close friend Vasant C. Patil sir. Okay. So this is how you first day of Snehapana. This is the test dose you give. So test dose Rishiyasi Matra into time taken for digestion divided by given dose. Okay. This is the calculation for next day dose. We'll see next. Next slide. Okay. You see Agni Bala index. Okay. Biofire strength index equal to total dose divided by given dose into test dose. Okay. Sorry, time taken for digestion. So T for time taken for digestion of ghee. So lesser the biofire strength, more will be the intensity of the biofire. Okay. That is the reason why the last day and all, the digestion, the person will have, uh, you know, uh, kind of good appetite, whereas the digestion will take longer because of this Agnibala, index. The digestion will be easier, but it will take time. That is the reason why the appetite and the digestion will be very, very good in the last 3 days. The initial days, it will not be there because of this, digestive power slowly increase. Agnivardhaka happens in the last 3-4 days. In the initial days, it is less due to the unusual quantity of fat and all. Whereas after some times the digestion improves. That is the reason why the appetite increases. Initially not, whereas in the last 3-4 days. Okay, or at least last 2 days or 3 days. Next slide. Okay, take the example. This is one example. In a person, 30 ml Snehana digests in 3 hours first day. Then the Agnibala index is 30 divided by 30. Okay, into 3, which is equal to 3 ml. Okay, in the same person, 30 ml digests in 6 hours on the last day. So Agnibala index is 30 by, it's a simple mathematics. You go through it, you will understand. Okay, lesser the Agnibala, more will be the Agni Deepti. That is what I explained in last 2-3 days how it is calculated. Okay. So Agnibala increases in the third day, fourth day, and all. So digestion takes place faster. Next slide. Okay. And about Pachana and Deepana, we already told. Okay. So Pachanam, Ama, Manhi, Ya Kriya Tatha Pachanam. Okay. So basically, Dalhanacharya and Sushruta doesn't talk about Deepana. He says only talks about Pachana because Pachana, can act as a Deepana also. That is the thing, because Amapachana happens and it improves the Agni. Vice versa, it doesn't happen. That is the reason why Pachana alone is better, they told. So, because Pachana can increase the Agni Bala, by that, Deepana properties also increases. Next slide. Yeah, so this I have written what it does, you can go through, vagus nerve, all this. What is really, because in my book, in Snehana and Insight, I try to find out the answers, why the samyak snigdha lakshanas are happening, why atisnigdha lakshanas are happening, why jiremana lakshanas are happening. Actually, not in a Ayurvedic way. I have tried to write, I hypothetically wrote what is happening in the cellular level, what is happening in biochemistry level, okay, what could be the happening in the physiological level, okay, why we are getting these symptoms. I have tried to write, I have tried to give scientific explanation. This is the reason why the person could be experiencing these kind of symptoms, because otherwise no point in simply studying like all those samyak lakshanas and other thing. We must know what is really physiologically happening, okay, what could be the probable reason why the person is experiencing. We must all know. That is the reason why I try to put them in my writings. Okay, next slide. Yeah, Deepana also mode of action I have given. Next slide. Next slide. Yeah. So these are the things you can see. Deepani Dravyas, Pipalyadhigana, Guduchadana, Chiridana, all these things in the slides. Okay. So how many days it should be given? It's very important sometimes. So Pachana is kind of Langana Chikitsa. So until we get the Shuddha Langana, Lakshanas. So Vit Mutra Pirisha Visargam, Laga, Koshta Shuddhi, like that. So minimum like 3 to 5 days you give. So Samyak Langita Lakshanas are equal to Samyak Pachana Lakshanas. So because it's a part of Langana Chikitsa. So basically when you get this Samyak Langana Lakshanas, is equal to Samyak Pachana Lakshanas. So ask the patient these symptoms. Once the patient gets these symptoms, then you can stop the Pachana Chikitsa. Usually 3 to 5 days. In some cases, you may need to give 7 days also. Okay. So many times people give 1 or 2 days and start Snehapana. That's the reason why you get the side effects. The third day, fourth day, person vomits and he stops the Snehapana and all, because you have not assessed the Agni, you have not improved the Agni, you have not done a proper Pachana Chikitsa. That's why you got the side effect. Next slide. Yeah, so this is where in the Kashayas you want to give, if it is a Vata Vikara, then Rasnadi Kwatam, Nagara Kwatam, Pitta Vihara, Patola Kwatam, Vasa Kwatam, then Kapha Vikara, Nimba Kwatam, Trifla Kwatam, These are all some examples, and you have other Dravyas also. You have Chitragativati, Lashanadivati, where more Kapha is at Chitrakati, where there is little bit of Kapha Vata, Lashanadivati, like that, depends on the dosha condition. You can choose any Pachana Dravya, you can always give them. Next slide. Okay, and I told about the Dravam Abhishandhi, about the Sneha Panabhojyam. Okay, next slide. Manasopasara, I told. Why this is very important? Because unusual taste, unusual smell, and unusual fat. So what you do is always close the eyes, then always most of the time close the nostril of the patient. Ask him to close the eyes and nose, then ask him to drink. Let him not taste at all. Sorry, let him not, smell at all. Okay, very, very important. And encourage the patient by saying the importance. And one more thing, when you give the Snehapana, when the person is, taken the Snehapana, you can allow him to take some mouth fresheners. Okay, or Bhavana Shunti, and you can always ask him to brush the teeth with nice paste, okay, and ask him to scrap the tongue. These are all will help him to, digest the Snehapana well, and these are all the things where he will enjoy the Snehapana. And sometimes I tell people, cut the lime, little bit put salt, and whenever you feel like nausea and other thing, rub it on your tongue, taste it. Okay, so that will also help. I know how many of you will understand, accept what I'm going to say. nowadays sometimes what I do is, in if you are planning, if I am going to plan, if I am going to give large quantity, sometimes I give 600 700 ml and all. I give anti vomiting domperidone half an hour or 20 minutes before. I give domperidone 1 or 2 tablets. Okay, then I will ask the patient to drink, because I don't know, how much our anti vomiting drugs, okay, or drakshadi kashayam or eladi guliga or mayur picha basmam and all will work in preventing vomiting. I don't know. So when you give this domperidone tablet, okay, which works on the stomach level, so it closes this one, so the vomiting sensation will not there. I'm getting highly successful. The person don't vomit. Okay. So some of the Shuddha Ayurveda practitioners may not like it or may not, but for me, the patient comfort is very important. What I am going to achieve is very, very important. What is the outcome is very, very important for me. Simple. So I use this nowadays. Okay. Next slide. Okay. Test dose. Basically, the previous day we must give around 20 to 25 ml as a test dose, but in the originally in text it is said as 1 palam. Okay. According to Dalhana, the test dose is CSC Matra is 1 palam, 50 ml. But nowadays, it's even if you give 50 ml, it can create indigestion. The person may throw out. So basically, we stick with 25 or 30 ml standard dose. Okay. So that it will be all right. The person will be all right with that. Okay. So next day we can calculate the dose. Okay. Next slide. So dose fixation. Okay. Basically, if you want to get Samyak Snigdha Lakshanas and proper Samyak Snigdha Lakshanas, three things are important. Proper dose, proper time of administration. I told what is the difference between Shamana Sneha and Shodhana Sneha. So proper time, proper dose. Okay. And quantity and dose very, very important. Then only the outcome or the Samyak Snigdha Lakshana you will get. When you do this, trust me, when you give the proper dose and with the proper timing, if you give, no need to worry, you will get Samyak Snigdha Lakshanas. Many times, insufficient dose we end up in giving, so you don't get Samyak Snigdha Lakshanas. So it is very, very important to fix the dose properly and give it in the morning without appetite. These two criteria are very important to get Samyak Snigdha Lakshanas. So follow this very, very properly. Okay. Next slide. Okay. So basically, it is difficult to fix the dose, or it's not difficult, it's not a big deal. I will teach you. You go through this, you will easily understand this. Easily, you fix this, you do this, some excellent lakshanas you will get. Okay. But still, I prefer, though these are all standard operating procedures, but depends on the Agni and digestion of the patient. If you can calculate the dose, then you are the master, and easily you will get some excellent lakshanas. If it is difficult for you, then follow this technique. Next slide. Okay. So I already told about this. Next slide. Next slide. It's already told you. Okay. Okay. So next slide. See, this is the thing. Actually, it should be 600 to 1200 ml is the maximum dose. Okay. You should give. Okay. Whereas we end up in giving like 300 ml, 250 ml and all, like 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. We stop there. But if you calculate it properly, this is the exact dose. I in at 3 cases, I have given the dose until 100,000 ml and 1200 ml. One lady from, I remember, from Ireland. So she was like 130 kilograms, like almost 6.8 foot. I still remember I was giving Google Tikta Kangrada. The last seventh day, it was like, I remember, 1100 ml. She almost 23 kilograms she lost. Okay, she came there for weight loss and other things. 1100 ml I gave, and other person 800 ml. So usually I cross, 600, ml or 500, 400 ml and all. But it's a bit difficult. Some people in the last day, sixth day, seventh day, when you give 600 ml and all, yes, they do throw up. That is one side effect I have seen, but not all the ghee comes. Some amount it comes, but it's okay. but fix the dose and give them. Okay, then only the proper, Samyak Snigdha Lakshanas and Shodhana can happen. Nothing to worry, nothing will happen. Of course, take precaution when the person is having more diabetes mellitus or a heart patient, then take little bit precaution. Okay, and if it's alpasatwa, then don't go for that. That's why you need to understand the mentality of the patient. If he's good to go, just give him. Okay, next slide. Okay, then you know that how many days. Sometimes, yes, here also very important. I started practicing ninth day also. Okay, those acharyas have clearly said maximum. Chakrapani clearly stated that 7 days is the maximum, and if anybody does more than that, acharya viruddham. Okay, they are doing wrong because acharyas told that 7 days only. But he also same in Siddhisthana he quotes others and says that some people practice it for 9 days also. That's the reason why I made it less krura, kruratara, and kruratama. So Krura person 7th day, Krura Tara 8th day, and Krura Tama person 9 days. So give until 9 days. No problem. Okay. You get some mixed lakshanas on the 9th day if it is Krura Tama patient. Okay. I practice this kind of snehapana in cases where more kledatva is there. Okay. More kledatva is there. Weight loss patients, Madhumeha patients, where simple logic behind this is you are trying to reverse the insulin resistance. You are trying to bring the ketosis. Okay. So you need at least 9-10 days to set the body into ketosis mode. Then only, the weight loss will start happen. Then only the Madhumeha will start reducing. Even cholesterol will start reducing. Okay. So this one helps to achieve the ketosis thing. Okay, so that is the reason why I give 9 days also. Now I developed one more practice, especially for weight loss patient. Okay, as I said, sometimes some of my friends or some of them, because it's a kind of unconventional, right? So they ask me like, what is this? Why you are doing? My simple answer is, I always say them one thing. What this practice I do is, especially for weight loss and madhumeha, stola pramehi. 3 days Snehapana, 1 day gap, then 5th day Virechana, another 3 days Snehapana, 1 day gap, then Virechana, another 3 days Snehapana, 1 day gap, then Virechana. I can write and give you, stamp and give you, you check Madhumeha after this. Even nowadays resistance Madhumeha patients are coming, right? They take insulin, they take internal medicines, still the sugar level doesn't come. I started seeing so many cases in my practice. They give already 2-3 combination of medicine along with insulin. Still it is not coming down, almost 300, 350 is there. In such cases, this kind of practice, and when you give, now also I admitted one patient, Madhumeha with Staulya. 12 days, it is over like almost like 13, 14 days of entire Snehapana and Virechana happened. That patient lost in 13 or 14 days 7 kilograms. No, now no Ayurvedic medicine or no allopathic medicine for sugar, for diabetes. His blood sugar are always like 90, 100. So this I started practicing. And only answer to people those who are questioning me is, okay, simple. Charaka clearly told, I have written this book for moodas. If you have clear idea, you can do whatever you want with your own yukti. And this is my yukti with due respect to others. My way of practicing. One more practice what I do, I have developed one idea. Basically, you try to convince so much to the patient, still they're in the 2nd day, 3rd day, and all, they say, no, I can't smell the ghee, I can't take it. I started giving Ghritam capsules. I started giving Ghritam capsules. In olden days, they didn't have a Ghritam capsule. Now you have a Ghritam capsule. One capsule, you have 5 ml capsule. So give like 10 capsule, like 50 ml. Give like 5 capsules, 25 ml. Increase it. So when it comes to 300 ml, 400 ml, because in this you cannot give 500 ml and all because it is 100 capsule, but you can go until I know 50 or 60 capsules. Okay. But how I do this, you cannot give 50 capsules at that time swallowing, right? So I'll give 1 hour thing in the morning. 6 o'clock I start, then like 10 to 15 capsule, ask the patient to take it, then give half an hour time, then again like 3 times I bifurcate and give. Trust me, friends, no problem, no pain, nothing. Very easily it is digesting. And same some lakshanas are I'm getting. No problem. Okay, this is having gelatin, the other things in the capsule form, how it is going to digest or any it is going to create any toxins. I need to do the study. But as of now, I've been practicing this. Nobody complained. The results are same, and I could able to make the person to drink the ghritam in a very convenient way. Okay, this I started practicing nowadays. Most of the time now I started this to people. You know, for some people only I do with Ghritam. I insist them if they are getting difficult in fourth day or fifth day or last day and all, I give change into capsule. Okay, so these are the some points you can keep while practicing. Next slide. Okay, so this is the dose calculation. So first day you must understand it should digest in 1 hour. Second day it should digest in 3 hours. This is in the text. It is given. So this is the idea. So if you are giving for 3 days, the third day it should be digested in 6 hours. So accordingly calculate. Okay. In Mridu Koshtam, we are going to give 3 days only. So simply first day it should digest in 1 hour. Second day it should digest in 3 hours, and third day it should digest in 6 hours. So basically here what you can do now by default, if you don't want to have janjat and headache, start with 50 ml, then go 100, then go 150 or 170 in the third day, then definitely you'll get some Nidhi Lakshana. Go for Vamana or Virechana next. Next slide. Here you see in Madhyama Koshtam, first day. So Madhyama Koshta should get some Nidhi Lakshana in 5 days, right? So first day it should digest in 3 hours, second day 6 hours, third day 8 hours, fourth day 10 hours, fifth day 12 hours. Again, here what you do, start with 30 ml, then go with 60 or 70, then 110, okay, then 140, then 170, okay, then 200 or 210, like that. You get some Nidhi Lakshanas, okay. Very simple method. Next slide. Okay, then the last day in Kuro Koshtam, it takes 7 days to digest. So once again start with 30 ml, then go, here the dose will be little bit more, then just double it. Okay, 120, 70, like that. Then lastly until go 400 to 500 ml. If the person is okay, you will know the mental strength of the patient by in the third day, fourth day itself, you can understand. Okay, so here also on Vikalpam, I will tell what happens. I'll start with 50 ml, 150, 200, So the fourth day and all, like when you go to 250 ml, always you will say, sir, enough, sir. You would have get little bit some intellections already, it would have been started. Sir, I can't do it. What I do is, then I go with Avaroham. Okay, I ended with 250. Then next day I will start again receding order 200, 150, 100 and 50, like that. I will tell him, okay, I'm going to reduce. It's a mental game. He'll say, yes sir, today you gave less dose. Definitely seventh day I'm getting some Nidhi Lakshana. No problem. Okay. So this and all, depends on how you are, the patient is. At the end of the day, we should be successful. That's it. And Acharyas have, clearly gave us a freedom that we have to do. That's it. How you are doing, it's up to you. Next slide. Okay. So this is, see, the calculation. Okay. So with this, I will stop, and Snehotropacharas and all tomorrow we will do. Okay. You see, CSC, you start with 30 ml. Suppose it digested in 2 hours. Then quantity per hour is 50 ml. Okay. So then last day is, okay. Next day is 6 hours. So 2 hours. Next day you are planning for, imagine that it is going to, it will digest in 6 hours. Okay. Then the second day you give 90 ml. Suppose it takes 5 hours. quantity per hour is 18 ml, digesting in 8 days, because every person it differs, right? Here instead of 6 hours, if it is digested in 5 hours, then 15 into 5 you have to calculate. Here in the second, if it is instead of digesting in 8 hours, if it is digested in 6 hours, then 18 into 6 you have to calculate. This is one rough calculation I made. Depends on the, this idea you can take, depends on how many hours in the first it is digested. Okay, then you can accordingly calculate. Then the seventh day dose you will have, you will come across this much. Okay, this is the exact dose calculation. Okay, even if you start with 30 ml, as I told, if in Crura Costa the maximum or the best dose, it should be definitely above 700 ml only, but always we end up in giving 300 400 ml because that is the maximum patient can take. You do get some kind of Samyak Snigdha Lakshanas, but not the best Samyak Snigdha Lakshanas. So, and of course, as I told, the fifth day, sixth day, maximum sixth and seventh day, they may vomit also, definitely, because of this much quantity. That's the reason why I told I give some anti-vomiting. So they may not, nausea will be there until night, but they will not vomit. So this is how I practice. Maximum, somehow I will creep into 600, 700 ml. Somehow I will push it. Okay. So this is how the dose calculation. Okay. Next slide. Okay. So I will stop it today. So tomorrow I will continue this and about Satya Sneha and other Snehana for another 1.5 hours. Okay. So hope you learned something today. If you have any questions, please ask me. I will try to uh, clarify it. I would have continued until 10, but I developed some headache and tiredness. I just want to take a break. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. That was a wonderful explanation with the clinical aspects of Snehapana. I request participants, if you have any doubt, to please post a message, or you can just raise a hand. We'll unmute you from our side. Pushkala ma'am, Dr. Nayana has a question. Can you unmute from her?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Sir, namaste. Thank you for wonderful session.
Yes, madam.
Sir, can you please repeat about the 3 days Neha and Virechana you explained for 9 days or 10 days?
Yeah. So you give 3 days of Snehapana, depends on the condition, Kosta and Agni. Usually, though I have given the dose calculation and all, I mostly go with digestion and Agni of the patient only. Okay. If it is difficult for you, as I said, go with 30, then 70, then maximum 120 in the third day you can give. Then I give 1 day break. That day I give Abhyanga and Svedana. Okay. So fourth day, Abhyanga and Svedana. Fifth day, Virechana. Okay. Then again, sixth, seventh, eighth day, Snehapana. Okay. Ninth day, Abhyanga and Svedana. 10th day, Virechana. Okay. Then again,
All the 3 times should be the same quantity, sir. 30, 70,
you can adjust.
120.
As I said, you can second day, second time and all, you can adjust. Okay. It can be less or more, depends on the person's cooperation, because second time, third, especially third time and all, you will be fed up. Okay. But it is all how you encourage, how you are trying to, because sometimes when they see in the psoriasis and all, they will see good results. So they will be encouraged to, and even when they see and every fourth day, fifth day, check the diabetes and weight and all, they will be encouraged. So depends on the person's mental and physical condition and Agni, you can increase or decrease the dose.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Dr. Chandrika.
Yes, ma'am. So first of all, thank you for the mind-blowing session, sir. I had a doubt regarding this constipation as a problem when we have already started Snehapana, sir. What if we notice constipation as a symptom during the course of Snehapana? So does it mean that the Agni is not working properly, or how should we interpret this, sir? And how should we focus on treating this issue of constipation during the middle of the treatment?
Yes, simple. I may not be explaining you, or I may not know much about how to say in Ayurvedic way, but in a physiological way, I can tell you, because during Snehapana, what happens basically, the intake of water will be less, and there will be more dehydration happens in the body. Okay, that's the reason why you see people, though you don't want to lose them weight, they do lose weight. Ketosis happens and dehydration happens so much. Because of that, people tend to develop. And you see, fiber rich diet also we are giving less. What you give, like, either starch water, or so if you give mudga yusham and other thing, the constipation may not come. Otherwise, because the food is very very less nutritive, and it is because what you say, the fibers are less in the food, so they tend to get develop this constipation. So that is the reason why when they develop, you give any kind of mild laxative during bedtime. Okay, that will help him to go to toilet next day, so that you can continue the snehapana. So Ayurvedic way, if anybody can tell me, I will be happy. Why this constipation is coming during snehapana. Though Agni will be, as I said, it will be increasing only. So the metabolism may not be happening properly, because we are giving snehapana, to counteract the vata also. So basically, the dearrangement of vata can also happen. So those are the possible reasons. But physiologically, this is what happening. That is the reason why this constipation is happening.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so there is another question in the chat where they're asking, during these 3 days of Snehana and Virechana for diabetes, do you ask patient to stop their regular diabetic medicines, or even if they are under insulin, do you tell them to stop it?
No, it depends how much it is reducing. Okay. Whereas in the second course, after the seventh day, eighth day, and all, I stop insulin. I go with only medications. If it is really, really higher diabetics, okay. If not, in the first 3 days, 4 days, and all, definitely they must continue the medicines or insulin also, because in first 3 days and all, it won't come down drastically. Seventh day, eighth day, ninth day only, you will see start changing in their blood sugar levels. That is the time where you reduce or stop the allopathic medicines.
Continuing with the same, they have also asked how much decrease in the sugar levels can we expect by this method?
Oh, you can definitely say, I would see so many patients completely becoming like normal, you know, not in the very high sugar patients, those who are having moderate or mild blood sugar patients, like in the eighth day, ninth day, and all. Without medicines itself, it will come to like 120, 110. Sometimes it goes 90 also.
Okay. Sir, I have one question.
Yes,
Like when we are telling to give this capsules in the morning, which you told
mm-hmm.
about the sleep,
Mm-hmm.
that they need to swallow with the water, right? When they are taking the capsule, then will be like more water intake along with that?
No, yes, Shunti Dhanika Jala, and like not like one capsule, like 5 capsule together, then one mild sip of water. Okay,
Okay.
so that how much you can reduce the water content, that much is better. Only for the swallowing purpose. Tell them very clearly that. Okay. In some patient, some patients it is they won't like even tablet or capsule. You do get such patient. Then you don't have the option. Ask them. Okay, you take this ghee only. Then in such cases, if they are not taking ghee also, it is very difficult. So we have to give time in between, like 2 3 capsules. Somehow we have to manage. It will be like compromising managing only in such cases, but rarely only you get such cases.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Participants, any more questions?
Dr. Shakuntala ma'am.
Good evening, sir. Wonderful explanation. Actually, I have one case. Just today, I got a case with history of endometrial carcinoma 20 years back, which was diagnosed by me. What she is telling, she came with today in the neck region. She has the small red patches. Slowly, it is starting and it is subsiding by itself, and it is since going on since 7 to 8 months. She brought her reports of this liver, LFT and lipid profile little higher end, even bilirubin count around 1.6 or something like that, sir. And when I have palpated her, like it's around 3 finger enlargement of I have seen this liver. And even with scan, she told us there is a liver enlargement, but she has not brought a scan report. And gallstones are also there. I have planning for, because it is a very she had the history of carcinoma. I am planning for Virechana. Just I have started with Pitta Rechaka and this Leomin syrup and Inflamil of this company. And I have told whenever within 15 days you plan your this thing for Virechana purpose. Like that I have told. This is the history what I am telling you, sir. And her BP and other things are normal. My question is, which Snehapana suits her? When I have saw her, her appetite is very low, Mandagni, and even Pranavata is like more. She is disturbed. I have seen. So which thing I have to choose, sir? Which I am planning for Guguru Tikta Ghrutam, Snehapana dose and other things, because it's a carcinoma case, sir. This is my I wanted to ask, sir.
Yeah. No metastasis, right?
No, sir.
No
Since
remission.
20
No
years,
remission.
because no, sir. Initially, it has diagnosed and she has done this hysterectomy and radiation has done. She is fine, but she has not brought her reports. But she said it is nothing is there. Like
Okay. Yeah, sometimes it is a very, I mix gritams and give. So Google Tiktam is a good choice. With that, you mix Patola the gritam also. So more Rachakam will be
okay,
there. Okay. And skin is also involved. Okay. And, you have liver involvement also there. So Patola will be a good choice. So mix this is like 15 ml and equal quantity you mix and give it to her. Okay, so patola the ghritam as well as the Google Tikta ghritam mix you can give.
sir, how long like submits
If
need the
not,
as
if you
person?
can if you can prepare drakshadi ghritam, okay, because sometimes in these kind of special cases the readily available ghrutams are more than are ghritam prepared with padola kadurunyadi kashaya. Okay, if not drakshadi ghritam, okay, this will be suitable more and fantastically will work on liver.
Okay, Draksha the Grupa, then I have to, because I have not prepared. So is it the Grutam from Charaka Samhita Pandu Chikitsa, sir?
Yes, yes.
Same.
See, you are getting there, right? So Pandu, these are all the spectrum comes under liver, and the bilirubin, all those spectrum comes under there, right? So fantastically it will work. All this liver enlargement, all those things comes under, Pandu spectrum only. If possible, if not, go with Patolade and Gukulatiktakam, okay?
Okay, so there's
Is it
one
okay?
last
Is it
question.
clear? And one more thing, in these kind of cases, daily nitya virechana must be given. Okay, so kaduroni kashaya form or kaduroni in a form of capsule or powder, every day it must be given in the night so that next day the person can go 2-3 times. So pitta rechaka is very very important in these kind of cases.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is the one last question. Rest of the question we can take it tomorrow. And since we are already late, so one last question: does Snehapana can be replaced by Anvasana Basti in Arohana Krama of Shotmanda Snehana?
No, it won't work because that's the reason why Acharya Chakarpanik clearly said that it is comes under Vicharna Sneha. You know why Anuvasana Vasti comes under Vicharana Sneham? Because there is no Agni Sambandha. Though their Shuddha Sneha is used, why it is not come under Achapana? Clearly, ask question. Then Chakrapani says, because Agni Sambandha is not there, that can never act as a Achapana. That's why it is said as Vicharana. So Vicharana Sneha is as a Alpamatratvat, Alpaviryatvat. So it is only compromise. And when you give Arohana time also, you are not going to get any kind of results that cannot be equated to Snehapana, because one is oral, one is rectal route. Physiologically also, both are different. You are not going to get the same results.
Okay. Okay, so rest of the questions we shall take tomorrow.
Yes,
And
please. I
that's
want
all.
to answer. Don't ignore the questions. I would be happy to answer if I know it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for the patience answering. And we are very happy to have you here. So let us all meet tomorrow at the same place, at the same time, with the same enthusiasm. Okay. Pushkala ma'am, you want to add
And
anything?
I really thank Dr. Chandramodishan sir, because so it's not easy if we are sick and then still for 1.5 hours non-stop and then continuously answering the questions. Really, we are so grateful, sir. It was a wonderful one, and especially the weight loss, 25 kgs and all. I really am planning to do to the patients now. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
We'll meet
Good night.
tomorrow again. Good night.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, all the part friends. Thank you.